Right. It says it's live. It has worked.
It is saying live on the telly, yes.
Right. So should we write it down so we don't forget next week?
No, because then we'll forget where we wrote it down. You can't copy and paste from a bit of paper to your telly screen, can you?
You could sellotape it to it.
Yeah, but I wouldn't like to try and type that in every 5 minutes.
Is that a big S or is it a little S? Hang on. No.
I shall add it to my little text file of important information. There we go.
Is it a little 5?
Oh, is it the same on each week then? I'll try to remember that.
Yes.
I'll commit it.
Don't say it out loud, obviously.
I know. I'll commit it to memory.
How come you can have capital letters but you don't get capital numbers?
Because you shut up.
Yeah.
You don't need them.
Yeah, you can have bold numbers.
You could have them in bold. Yes, I suppose that would work.
Is that bold or fat?
Is that with a P and H?
I'm not fat. I'm just big bold.
Is that fat with a P and an H?
Fat
rather
with
than
an
an
H,
F,
not an
because
F.
it's more street.
Ultra fat.
Right, we're here. We've done it. We're live. It's Monday night. It's eModels live stream.
eModels.co.uk.
Yep, I've got it right. And it's us three. Ted, Chris, and Foxx. I think I've got that the right way around. Whichever way you're saying.
Who did you point at when you said Ted?
I don't know.
He's like, Ted? You also forgot I.
Yeah, and I over there. Yeah. Ted, Foxx, and I.
No, you forgot Chris.
And me. Yeah, wait.
Yeah, well, that makes there's about 7 of us here now. So welcome to all 7 of us at the eModels live stream.
It's a party on the
phone. Fun chat and frolics and dancing girls. Asterisks, there may not be dancing girls. So and we'll begin this week by interesting facts.
Interesting fact. Today's science fact in science history, sort of science and technology. We are doing, remember, my Monday fact is now a science fact.
Sort of science and sort of fact, is that?
Eh?
Sort of science and sort of fact.
Yeah, it's a science and a fact, so it's a sciencey factual. Anyway, on this day in 1981, IBM introduced the PC personal computer for $1,600 base price. It shortly eliminated most other machines suitable for home or small businesses, such as those with the S100 bus running on CPM or their own operating system. The PC was developed in less than a year at IBM's Boca Raton, Florida facility by using existing off-the-shelf components. The IBM PC established the dominance of the Microsoft operating system. The IBM PC hardware design also became the industry standard for PC compatibles with the Isobus. Its Intel 8080 processor speed was 4.77 megahertz, and it used from 16K up to 640K of memory. 640 whole K. Data storage choices included 5.25-inch floppy drives, cassette tapes, believe it or not, and later hard disks. Day in science.
Right.
We may be having some technical issues. Anders says Chris are in HD right from the start. Nice, which filled me with confidence and glee. But then Cynical Steve says, you all seem to be out of sync, like a badly dubbed martial arts movie. Zadster says same here, and Merlin's Muse says way out, and Gemma says I thought it was her.
Oh dear.
And same here for Brian Windmill. So we may be out of sync, but it's not us. We look like we're in sync when we're talking to each other.
Yeah, we had it towards the end of the show last week with me, especially. I noticed as well. So it's going to be a jitsi issue, I think.
Yeah, I think because it's ninjutsu, we might have to be badly synced. And
yes,
perhaps if we give it 5 minutes of just moving our mouths, it'll catch up.
You kill my father, I kill you now.
Yeah.
It's okay now, says Phil.
You see, it worked. Yeah, it worked.
When I try and fill the airwaves with science, it falls over.
Too much science, too much
Philistines. So so there you go. Those are the questions. Now, will that relate into any questions later on? Who can say?
I hope not, because I don't remember any of the numbers.
Yes, make sure you remember all of it.
Yeah, all of it. Yeah, I used to work for IBM as well. You know.
Did you?
One of my many jobs. I used to work for them in Henley.
Was that when they were IBM or when they were still international business machines?
It was when they were IBM. I remember working down in Henley, and I was installing a computer suite for them. It was huge. It was like a school hall. It was massive.
Oh, so it was one of the like 1K,
Yeah,
1K punch card jobs.
yeah, that was it. There's loads, miles and miles of cables run under the floor, and now you probably just need a Wi-Fi and 200 terminals, and they'll all work fine.
That's in the day when you would have an operator.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah. Well,
That was just what they called the person who put the cards in, wasn't it? There wasn't a special operating thing.
Yeah, it was just like the dolly bird they get there to look all pretty and put the.
Yeah, and you'd have a bucket full of confetti at the end of the day, which you would fill your mate's rucksack with and things like that. So.
See, now in my head, all I've got is Kraftwerk going, I'm the operator with my pocket calculator.
She's a model that is looking good.
I did a cover version of that once. I wish I could find it. I seem to remember it was quite good.
Oh, dear.
Probably wasn't. It's now just locked on Ted, says Gemma.
That's probably just because Ted likes it locked on him.
Yeah.
Is it locked on me?
It was. It's not now.
No, it can't be. Oh, I didn't do anything. I haven't touched anything.
For anybody who didn't watch last week's show, because Google Hangouts no longer exists in a way that we can use for the show, we're having to use this Jitsi stuff, which is open source, public domain software. It just about works.
Has anybody sneaked back and have a look, see if Google Hangouts is still there?
It isn't,
it's not.
apparently.
It's gone.
No.
So
it has gone.
So there's a big void in the internet space where somebody could grab it, really.
I mean, there are other solutions, some of which are paid, but this is the only one that does automatic camera switching.
And we chose it because it's free and we're cheap.
Well, I mean, we could get the paid ones because we just get Pete Mech to pay for it, business expense. But it's the only one that's got camera switching. Yeah.
Oh, at least it's the only one we were able to find. So if you know of one that is also existing and free or cheap, then by all means let us know. Any tech questions, email ted@eModels.co.uk.
Yeah.
Yeah, we appreciate it's got to have jiu-jitsu in the top corner, but we can't do anything about that. So.
Because all of your tech queries will go to Ted because he used to work for IBM. So
I know everything. Yeah.
Ted used to deal with the hanging chads. The Americans will get that.
No, no, I don't know what that. Right. So, well, first of all, it's bench and belly time. We'll find out what's on the bench and what's in your belly. Yeah. On what else has been going on this week? Chris, what have you been up to this week?
What have I been doing this week? This week I've been doing as little as possible. I've not done very much. I've been continuing work on my Sazabi, which is sitting over there in the background. I've been doing decals. So there we go. Some decals on the shield.
Ooh, nice.
I like doing decals. They add a certain depth and sort of reality to kits. Even if it's a tank or plane or whatever, but by the time you get the decals on, it just makes it look a little bit more real, which is always nice. But other than that, no, not very much. I've finished my Orc stuff last night, so I've finished with my mega knobs are knobbed up and ready. So yeah, they're all good to go. And I shall be starting the new Orky thing in a couple of weeks' time. But yeah.
It's not an Orky thing you're starting in a couple of weeks.
No, it's not an Orky thing. It's another thing. I can't find it now. But yeah, another Warhammer type thing for my Sunday show.
Yes. Currently, I've got the red connection bars at the moment.
I noticed that. I thought
I should refresh and see what happens.
It didn't help when I had it last week. Refreshing didn't seem to make very much difference at all.
Let me give it a go. Hang on.
If he doesn't come back.
I'm back. It seems to be faster than the old way of doing it. There we go.
Yes.
Right. It's clicking over to you now.
Anyway, carry on.
Yeah. What have you been doing this week then, Fox?
This week I have been, because that little Borderlands thing's finished. This week I've been working on my Sazabi.
It seems to be stuck on Ted again now. It's not switching to you, Fox, in my screen.
It's not switching to me. It just switched to you at my
just
end.
Gone to you now.
Yeah.
I don't know. It seems to be a little bit slow,
takes a few
maybe.
seconds. I've been working on my Sazabi, which that's just the legs. So it's a bit bigger than the one Chris is doing because mine's the master grade. At the moment, I am at the stage of I've put it all together and built it roughly. I've just snapped it all up, so it's loosely snapped together. What I'm at the stage of doing at the minute is taking all the armor back off again and actually gluing the limbs in place. So all those legs are now actually glued into that pose, permanently fixed. I need to take the foot parts off. But the knee joints, the hip joints, the thrusters on the back, and this bit of the vernier plate there, and the ankles, it's all glued into place. So that is now fixed. And I did find out that I was using the Deluxe Plastic Magic, which is available in the store, I think. It's the glue that works on pretty much any plastic. I've been using that. I didn't need to, but it is a bit thinner than Tamir Extra Thin. And it does seem to work on polycaps, but not perfectly. Although the joints themselves are now fused and locked in place, the hip here, I could possibly move it if I wanted to because it's a bit squidgy feeling, but it has glued it in place a bit. So it's not the best seal on a polycap material, but it works. So I'm working my way through. They're all glued in place. I've got to glue the arms into it. I've got to sort out the post for the arms and glue those into at the elbow to fix them in. And then once that's done, I've fixed all these bits in place and glued these, so these are in a fixed pose. Then I can crack on with the painting. But the reason I've done that is this is now a fixed pose. So instead of having to paint like 40 or 60 or 80 different pieces on cocktail sticks, I can quite simply just paint the legs and the hips, take all the armor off, give it a prime, give it the base coat, done. So it's a much easier way of painting it than having a trillion parts on sticks.
Brent Muriel says you'll soon be building the Falcon. You'll have that done and they'll be on with the Falcon.
Yeah, the Millennium Falcon is coming. Once this is done, it's Millennium Falcon time.
And that'll only take you a couple
an epic build. Yeah, we just finished one epic build, so now then Foxx should start.
Well, I have done Millennium Falcons in the past in about a week and a half, but that's without filming them and using lots of methods that I can't use on Bandai plastic, so I don't know how long this one will take.
Yeah, we'll sure look forward to it. Well, as you know, the talking about epic builds, the final video is up for the U-boat, so I've been able to now relax and sit back a little bit and just take the last week off and to relax. Yeah, so if you haven't seen it yet, go along and have a look at the U-boat video. It's there, it's finished, it's all done. Now we've got to work out a time to go to eModels, haven't we?
Yeah, we need to figure that out.
Well, maybe sometime into, well, we're almost into September, so maybe after the school holidays are over and the roads are a lot less busy and things like that.
All right.
So Chris, who's in tonight then? And,
Who's in tonight?
Yeah, I think we can do the same. We'll cover two bases. We'll do what's in store, what's on the bench, and what's in the belly as we go along.
Right, we're going back up to the top of the chat. The first one I see in there, obviously not the first one in, but the first one as to when I went in. Sergeant Bones is in, along with one of your mods, Colin, at Festa 67's workshop. We have Spitter Q8, Lord Barkley III, AJ, that model making guru blokes there, as is David Rat and me, and Phil Cat and Skullfish. There we go. Michael Jacobin, Brian Wimmill, Skipper Ted's in as well. Anders Eriksson, Matty's Metal Detecting South Wales, Ickle Pete, Andrew Preston, Philip Prime, Cynical Steve, Chancer, Aidan Jones, Jamie Bone, Osric. Did I say Osric already? I don't know. Osric's here as well. Plastic Monkey, David Wright, said Zadster, I'm sure. Merlin's Muse. Sprue Glue Addict is in. I'm sure I've said it in before. Stephen Hill Harris, Skullfish again.
Skullfish.
Michael Jacobin, Anders Osric, Wayne Hayward, Zadster, Merlin's Muse. A Man is in.
A Man?
I'm not sure if that's just a man or if it's like Andrew Mann or I don't know. It could be. Yeah. Andy Taylor, George Taylor. I don't know if they're related. Michael Adams, Rusting Customs Models, Swigging Pigs in, Frogspawn, Gemma Williams, Brian Wimmill, Sprue Glue's already said, Timber, Paul Horner, Phil Lewis, Phil East, Simple Steve, Andrew Preston, Lord Barkley III, Just Bob, changed his name again to Just Bob.
This takes longer and longer each week.
Well, more people seem to be having different names. I don't know if they're changing their names after a few. Ashley Sparrowhawk, there's another one that I haven't seen yet. George Taylor, Lewis Williamson. I'm not reading what they're writing now because I've already gone into the bench and belly times. So I'll have to go back and try and find out where you all are with that. David Cardboard, and Toby Page, and Red Leno 8, just saying evening all, is the last one that just popped up on the bottom of the screen now. So there you go. That's who's here.
Yeah, I've caught up with you. Just as you said, Red Leno 8, I caught up with you.
And A Man says, man, I'm shy. No need to be shy. We're all friendly here. And Dave Jones. And that's it. I'm not going to read any more.
Hey, welcome. Well, I'll go back a little bit. Then I'll do the first bench and belly. It was Phil East, and he says, I think it was Phil East. He says pepperoni pizza in the belly. Yeah, pepperoni pizza in the belly, and Matalan Jackals on the bench.
I can't see that. You have to keep going until I find it.
That's just under Ashley
Yeah, I found George Taylor says spaghetti in my belly, and I just finished the cockpit on his wingnut wings Eindecker. Starting work on the engine as we speak.
A long project, hasn't it? Been a good thing for
it. Lewis Williamson.
Yeah. Go
belly burger and chips. Bench, nothing, as I had to build a treehouse thing for the kids. That counts. Even if it's not actually on your bench, then it's something you're building, then we want to know about it.
If you're building a house, it's best dad ever, basically.
Yeah, unless you've got parts for the treehouse on the bench. Could have. Yeah.
Frogspawn's going all weird and mysterious. He says, in his belly is pork and mash. Yeah, but on his bench, with no explanation given at all, is a large wooden eagle that needs varnishing.
Where'd you find that? I got it. It's all right. Found it now. Carry on.
That's like saying I had pizza for my dinner and not saying what's on it. A large wooden eagle.
You just missed out David Wright, though. That's why
I did miss out. I do apologise. David Wright says, in belly, homemade spag bowl on bench, Challenger Mark II tank spag bowl.
I'm lost.
You coupled them from where you were, Ted.
You've already done Frogspawn, so I'll do Chancer. Belly, chili and chips.
Yes.
The bench, TS11, Iskra, 172nd. I don't know. That sounds like a boat, I'm going to guess, but it's probably a tank.
Aidan Jones says, belly, coffee cake. Oh, coffee cake. Bench. I say that to everything that everybody eats because everything's delicious. Bench, NIST finished, I think he means just finished, the 148th Bolton Pole Defiant.
Oh, I remember the Bolton Pole Defiant. Yeah, I used to be on them rub-down transfers that you could get.
Oh.
The Battle of Britain rub-down transfer set. There's a Bolton Pole Defiant, Spitfires, Hurricanes, and ME-109s, that's all.
Do you mean them drive rub when you get like a card scenery and you drive rub the transfers on?
Yeah,
Oh,
you could get
those.
Yeah, you could get knights in shining armor with it.
I had one with gangsters. You
could get football. That was really boring. I never wanted the football one, but you could get Cowboys and Indians, Battle of Britain. There was another war one. I think there was D-Day landings with tanks and everything.
That sounds. I remember something like that. Yeah.
I think I was a bit later because I got things like gangsters and Star Wars.
I was going to say they did some themed ones that were like.
Yeah.
Sort of...
I remember the one bit where there was a guy in the dream from that far up because he was supposed to be like on a fire escape or on a balcony or something, like shooting all gangsters that were wearing suits and fedoras.
You could spend hours and hours making a little scene and rubbing it all down. Then you peel the paper off and he'd rip his arm off.
Yeah.
You'd have to start all over again.
Osric 9000 says a bench, tiny 1/1700 scale anti-aircraft guns, and belly stuffed crust cheese pizza. Now, was it stuffed with cheese, or was it stuffed with hot dog, or was it stuffed with mustard? Because the hot dog ones are fantastic if you can find them.
Michael Jackaman, he sent us some pictures. He's just taken his radio control Tiger 1 apart to refit, repaint, and rebuild. It's going to be a lot of work, but at least there isn't much photo etch. Yeah, cool.
Merlin's Muse has coffee and a chocolate muffin. The bench, dust. No time lately, so the bench is getting dusty.
Anybody? Dust.
As long as you're not neglecting your belly, that's the important thing.
Yeah, it's when you know there's a lot of dust, when the kids write dust in it.
Cynical Steve says Welsh rarebit in belly, or for those who don't know, it's cheese on toast. In various kit bashing scratch builds on the bench. And Andrew Preston says sausage and chips and beans, good effort. And Tamir Morris Mini Cooper 1275S.
Oh yeah, I know that one. It's a nice little set of that.
Mm.
Yeah. Froxborn. No, Froxborn.
Anders is the next food.
Yeah, a lot of talking. Anders Ericsson says Billy not restarted his diet yet, so yeah, he's still binging out on a Monday night with us. So had cheeseburger and fries for lunch and a sandwich this evening. Bench painting and weathering the engine bay of the Panzer IV. Brilliant.
Dave Cardboard does say, speaking of Star Wars, I went to Poundland today and the tills are programmed in Yoda's voice. Oh, I was in there a few days ago and yeah, it was quite cool.
Cool. I've noticed, here's something I've noticed when they do Star Wars. If you play Elite Dangerous, anybody out there that plays Elite Dangerous, next time you go to Tesco's and they've got the scanny things that you can walk around and scan the items as you walk around, or the self-checkout tills, whatever it is, have a listen, because there's something on the self-checkout or the scanny things that sounds exactly like when you scan a ship in Elite Dangerous and it tells you whether they're wanted or harmless or whatever. It's like a little pudding noise, and every time I go to Texas, I'm like, oh, it's exactly like that sound from it.
I was hoping you're going to say it was one of the, the system scan noise, the big noise.
The Covus words?
No, the big, I can't remember what they call it now, the ping.
Not
you mean the honk the horn?
The honk the horn, that's it, yeah.
not the supermarket sweep bleep.
No, but it does sound exactly like when, because if you play the game, you've got this little delicate twinkly sounds when you scan a ship, and it goes, and then it goes, when the scan is complete, so you know whether you can shoot them or not. It's like, every time I go in, I'm like, oh, no. I get the muscle memory of going, shoot him. So there you go.
Yeah, and then you get kicked out again.
Yeah. Where are we up to?
I don't know. Merlin View says, just ignore me, Chris. I don't know why. I didn't mean to ignore you if I did. Sorry. Yeah.
Going back to the Tesco self-checkout, I give up doing that because I used to get treated like a criminal. Every time you used it, you get selected for a random security check, and they take all your shopping out. So it was just defeated the object.
They do that occasionally to me, but very, very rarely. Not every time. You must look shifty.
Yeah, that's be it.
I refuse to use the self-checkout because I'm just socially awkward penguin. So and the moment it goes, unexpected item in the bagging area, I just want to curl up into a little ball and die.
yeah.
I just refuse. I can have like one item. I'm going to the till with 300 items on it because I don't care.
Yeah. And you're keeping people in a job.
Yeah, but I could use the little blippy handgun thing, but again, I'd be like, I don't know what I'm doing. I need to ask someone, and now I'm just going to curl up into a ball and die. Run out of the store like, no.
Yeah, it's very, very rare for you to go out anyway. Everything comes via Amazon to your house.
I know. It's just nonsense.
Right, wait.
Dave Jones says pizza in the belly and Tamir's nashorn on the bench. What's a nashorn? Or nashorn?
I've just pressed the blue button, so it's gone right down to the bottom.
Oh, yeah. What button? Oh, that button. I thought you pressed another button for a minute there. I panicked.
Mark Ledbitter says steak pie and chips and painting figures.
Oh, I was there and then it just jumped.
Yeah, Philip Prime says don't press the blue button. Belly, cottage pie and beans again. Bench, market garden builds still.
Yeah.
He's doing market garden themed vehicles. He was last. I thought he was doing invasion stripes.
Yeah, so you've got 2.5 years to catch up on. So
I read a thing the other day. It was talking about the invasion stripes, saying how they were hastily painted on, like just by the Johnnies on the ground. And I'm thinking, does that mean you could just totally not mask them off?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, there is
it said a lot of them didn't bother. They just painted them on with a brush, like, yeah, there you go, quick. Guess we only had like 5 hours.
Yeah, you probably won't have seen it, but there is a huge sort of chat going on Facebook about this. It goes on all the time. Every time somebody paints an aircraft with invasion stripes on, everybody comments. They painted them with mops and brushes and everything, and you don't need to mask them off. You do need to mask them off to make them look nice.
Yeah, I mean, if you can use a scale mop to paint it, then it'll probably look all right. But if you're using a normal paintbrush, then it's
it's one of them. Every comment, you always get the same comment coming up. With brushes and mops.
Michael Jackman asks, and I can't remember the answer to this, I forget every time. Anyone know if Wingnut Wings are anything to do with Wingnut Films as shown in the latest Adam Savage builds? Wingnut Films is Peter Jackson, and Wingnut Wings is, I think, nothing to do with Peter Jackson.
Someone said they were, but then I think someone else said that they weren't. So I think
Wingnut is the name of Peter Jackson's film production company.
Yeah,
and not Weta, obviously, but his actual.
Yep.
Weta is his special effects company, and Wingnut is the company that makes his films, I think. But no, Wingnut Wings is nothing to do with.
Wayne Hayward says fish and chips, more on his regrade Charles Zaku.
Yay. Speedy Curate says belly, eggy ramen with curry flavour. Yes, and whole wheat bread. This all good. Bench the Yamaha R1M again. I have now decided on the colour, so prep and some paint incoming, and hopefully a video.
Cool.
Plastic Monkey says T-bone steak and chips. Oh,
gosh, yeah. I haven't had anybody having a T-bone steak for a long time.
Yeah, and he's building a 1/350th Turpits on his bench at the moment.
Oh, any room for the T-bone steak with a 1/350th?
Mark Scope says yes, Wingnuts are Peter Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure which is which though. I can't remember if Wingnut Wings, the model company, is nothing to do with him or is. Don't think it is, but I could be wrong.
We could easily be wrong because we don't know anything.
Foxx
will give you some more information about the Eagle. It's a wooden carved thing, wings open, etc. About 2 feet wide and 1 foot-ish tall, and needs revarnishing to protect it from the elements.
It sounds like a pulpit ornament.
Yeah, I was just going to say, it's been pinched from a church or something.
Are you going to put it in front of a podium?
Yeah.
Have you been robbing from your local church, getting all the lead?
Did it turn up on the doorstep with a dozen rolls of lead?
Yeah. Or is it more of a, let's say, how can I put this? Maybe World War II. We'll just leave it at that. We don't want to know the history of it in that case.
Zadster says yes, Wingnut is owned by the Lord of the Rings bloke.
But which one? Wingnut Wings or Wingnut the movie company?
Mark Scope says Peter Jackson is a plain nut and was supposed to be making the Dam Busters.
Yes.
So maybe he did start the model company as well.
A question from Robert Joseph for any car buffs out there. Does anybody know of any car model kits 1/12 or 1/8 scale being released? They're going to be huge.
There are. The only like 1/8 scale, I think, or 1/12 is things like you get some of the part work, like the Back to the Future DeLorean. I think it's
DeLorean
12 scale. I think you get some part works and stuff.
So some of the guys in chat might know, but we don't. Right, where are we up?
George Taylor says, yes, Fox, it's a long project. It usually takes me 4 to 5 months to finish a Wingnuts kit. I know, I'm slow. And I'm not related to Andy Taylor that I know of, unless he's my long-lost brother. So, yeah. So different people with the same name in chat. It's very confusing.
Sorry, I'm just doing some admin on the chat there. We just had some spam. Just taking care of them.
Cynical Steve said it's not just cheese and toast. Is it Welsh rarebit? Has it got onion in it as well? Is that the secret? Is that
just cheese on? It's got some other bits.
It's basically cheese on toast, but isn't there something extra added to it?
Is it rabbit?
Rabbit.
Cynical Steve will soon tell us, but I think there's onion grated into it as well.
Okay, people are now saying that it is Wingnut Wings. The company is a Peter Jackson thing. Okay, cool. I can never remember the answer. Tamiya do a 1/10 scale Land Rover and some other kits. They did do. I know that Tamiya did do a 1/12 scale Porsche, a very old kit, because the studio model of the Millennium Falcon, if you look at the cockpit, the big greebly thing on the side of the hull that faces that's like next to the cockpit, that's half the engine block of a 1/12 scale Porsche.
Cool.
From Tamiya.
Simon Payne says, sorry I'm late. Is there lines to do because I'm late? I was busy cooking. What are you cooking? You can't just tell us you're late because you're cooking. You have to tell us what you're cooking.
Yeah, you have to go and sit on the naughty step and think about what you've done.
There's a lot of deleted messages.
Commenter.
Beyond Hope says, evening all, celebrating my 51st birthday by hiding under the duvet and watching the eModels stream. I hate feeling old. Oh, happy birthday.
I'm
55.
only 2 years off that, so
That's not old.
Wayne Haywood says working on a wooden eagle, accused of being a Nazi church thief.
Osric says the Nashorn is a German tank destroyer.
Yeah, that's it.
Is that for destroying German tanks, or is it German for destroying tanks?
Jamie Bowen says it was a German self-propelled gun, so that gives you an idea, I think.
Yeah, ours is. Oh, I can't remember what ours was. We had a similar sort of thing. I can't remember the name of it.
Phil Lewis says that the Nashorn is the German name for rhinoceros. Rhinoceros.
Right, I've lost where we're up to as well.
Yeah, I've just skipped down a few because it jumped and things.
There you are. Pete Rogers said cheese, onion, and horseradish mustard on his Welsh rabbit.
Ooh, horseradish, yes.
Yeah. Chance says Welsh rabbit has the cheese mixed with the egg, French mustard with bacon rasher on the top. Yeah, so there's probably lots of variations of what actually is a Welsh rabbit then.
Sandra Payne says, oh, belly and bench. He says, large chicken, bacon, tomato, creamy Brazil pasta. No, I'll say that again. Large chicken, bacon, tomato, creamy basil pasta. Although he spells basil like the Americans say it.
Basil.
Oh, shit.
Basil with zucchinis.
Yeah, an herb. Oh, God, that drives me nuts. Bench is a 1/32 scale German horse-drawn field kitchen goulash cannon.
Ah, did we give one of the way?
Gun. Yeah. Basically, it's a goulash cannon. It's a goulash gun. What else we got there? I think we're up to date with the chat there.
I've just sort of caught down at the bottom there. Yeah, everyone's saying that they are definitely the same people. They check the website, and Peter Jackson owns both of them.
I did think that way back, and then somebody told me it wasn't, so I assumed it wasn't. And then
apparently, it's official. Breaking news.
Yes. Cynical Steve says there's butter, flour, beer, Worcester sauce, and cheddar cheese on my Welsh rarebit, and I put Marmite on the bread first, but there are no set ways to make it.
No, Marmite. There we go again. Marmite. No, thank you.
Marmite, shut up.
Yeah, I'd go with all of that.
Chester Wild says Welsh rarebit has the cheese mix with egg and French mustard with bacon rasher on top, thick, crusty bread. That sounds really complicated. And Bob says grapes.
Hello, Bob, says John.
Today, I think, on the chat now.
Paul Damasio is going to make English muffin pepperoni pizza.
Ooh.
Is that just like pepperoni on an English muffin?
What's an English muffin? What is an English muffin?
It's just a muffin.
Is it just a back?
No. To us, a muffin is like a small cake.
Yeah, it's got like sweet things in it, and it's got little raisins and stuff.
Muffins, sort of, more like a crumpet than a not a bran muffin.
Cake,
not one of them muffin things with the cake in the little pot, and then it just oozes over the top.
No, I
know it's like the cake-based mushroom.
Yes,
the cake.
No, I had one. For me after my tea tonight. A chocolate chip muffin. That's a muffin.
So is a muffin then like a tea cake? So it's like a bap, but with they said sprue with raisins in it.
No, it's a cake. It's a cake mix with chocolate chips or anything like that in it, done in a little.
No, that's the cake muffin.
Yeah, no, we're not talking about cake muffins. And when
it's a different muffin, the bread muffin.
I think an English muffin is like a kind of tea cake.
You get like a toasted muffin.
But that means he's making a cake pizza, which has my full approval, even though I don't understand it.
Muffin is a bread roll, says Steve.
Oh, that's boring then. It's just a bap. He's making a pizza bap.
Round like a crumpet and similar to a biscuit, says Paul.
Similar to but you see now with biscuit is another thing, because American biscuit and English biscuit totally different things.
But a muffin is not a bread roll. You're getting told off now. An English muffin is basically an American muffin.
That's not helpful.
Oh, wait. Foxx says it's a cob.
So it's a cob, so it's a bap, so it's just a bread roll.
Yeah.
So is it basically a pizza rolled into a bread roll to make a pizza sandwich?
You don't have to roll it. Why do you have to roll it into a roll? The roll's already rolled. You just
it'd be sending us pictures next, and that'll make us really hungry.
I think you should send us the actual thing.
I think you just send us a freezer box or a heaty box. A freezer box, a warmer box.
David Wright says Cobb is a breed of horse. Yeah, you're right there. Okay.
You are. Cynical Steve says oven bottom muffins are just bread rolls in Mankland. Except I'm a Mank, and I've never ever heard anyone refer to it as an oven bottom. It's a bap. That's
but baps from oven bottoms are from Yorkshire and baps are from Newcastle.
See, Steve also says he calls them baps. I've never heard anybody call them an oven bottom. I hear them referred to as oven bottoms, but
I've never. I think that's something completely different.
I think that's more like a Bolton thing.
Timber says it's more dense than a bread roll, and Gemma says it's not a roll, and Zadster says I'm taking notes in case there's a test later.
You don't expect us to know the answers. Send all your complaints to helcom35@geocities.com.
Frog Sport says he's discovered a new breakfast: bacon, tomatoes, fried. It said frig eggs. I think it means fried eggs on naan bread.
Oh wait, that's.
Zadster says in Yorkshire they're tea cakes. Tea cakes are different again, though, aren't they?
Yeah, tea cakes have got currants in them.
Yeah, tea cakes are sweet and not savoury.
In Huddersfield, it's a bap.
They obviously that's a bap. I don't. But then again, Yorkshire tea.
It's all right, Yorkshire tea.
I've just offended every Yorkshireman now.
AJ says oven bottoms are from Bolton.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I don't think they're specifically for Bolton.
Yeah, oven bottoms is more like a Bolton berry type thing.
Natalie Williamson says I'm with Ted. A muffin is a little cake.
It is, yes.
Well, yes, it is as well, but it's also. Yeah.
Gemma says English muffins are small, round, flat, yeast leavened bread horizontally sliced. Nobody knows what leavened bread is.
I think somebody's just been on Google.
Yeah, the only time people ever refer to leavened bread is like in the Bible.
Yeah, it's leavened or unleavened, isn't it? It's whether you've leavened it or not.
Now, actually, AJ mentioned something far more important, which is potato cakes.
Potato cakes, yeah.
Oh, potato cake. Oh.
Is that not a hash brown?
No, you're a southerner. You wouldn't understand. I will send you some.
Yeah, they're like flat potatoes. Which do you put them in the toaster and then you can never get them out when it pops up?
No, you stick them in the grill and you get.
Is it a potato?
It's like imagine. Well, they don't take anything like potatoes, but they are made of potatoes, and it's like a patty but made of potato,
like a hash brown.
And you put butter on it, like a
like a hash brown.
Much thinner than hash brown.
Yeah, but
like
it doesn't taste
hash
like
brown.
It doesn't taste like potato at all.
Are you sure it's made out of potato?
It has the texture of. I don't know what it has the texture of. Weird. I'll send you some. The only thing is, whenever you buy them from the shop, they go out of date in about 5 minutes, and they go, "We have one now." Mold. So I'll get some and send them to you because you're an impoverished southerner. You won't know about such things.
But try not to do. You can do them in a toaster, provided you're skilled at getting them out. Otherwise, they fall through to the bottom, and they last there until they go like crisp.
Yeah. Beyond Hope says, so a Cobb Bab bomb cake roll batch is a small bread thing with so many names no wonder Red Dwarf invented Talkie Toaster. It's a bun.
Anyone want a waffle?
Bread bun is all of those things. Cynical Steve has had a breakfast pizza the other day: sausage, bacon, mushroom, tomatoes, beans, black pudding, and eggs on a pizza base. Lush, indeed. And Spruce Surgeon, welcome, Spruce Surgeon. Hey, Mark says, "Is this a cooking show now?" It always has been.
Yeah, not so much the cooking, more the eating.
Yeah, it's more than just everybody talking about food to make me really hungry. But it's not going to work tonight because Mama Foxx made a slow cook thing today, and I had some for my tea earlier. And when we finish this show, I've still got like 6 litres of slow cooked chicken and sausage and vegetables and stuff to it. Oh.
Apparently, I've had them before, but didn't think much of them.
Mm-hmm.
Simon Payne says, if I was to make you guys cakes, what flavour and where would I send so you
coffee?
No, carrot cake.
Chocolate. Oh no, that's so 1970s.
Chocolate cake.
Mike Lee play. Oh no.
Carrot cake and send them to me. Ted at eModels.com.
You can't email cake.
That's just like living in a Mike Lee play, that is.
We could figure out what day we're going up to eModels and get them sent to eModels.
That's true.
Not for the attention of the eModels live team.
Ted's face. Yeah, to me, carrot cake is like hippy dippy sandal wearing, you've got carboys on the window ledge making your own Damson gin or something. Or your own.
What's wrong with Damson gin and sandals? Come on.
Sandals denied.
Cake makes
nice unless you make it yourself.
Cake makes me think of something nice and yummy, and then you're going to put a carrot in it. Why would you do that to yourself?
No, why not? Why not replace the carrot with more cake
or chocolate or
coffee or beer
or something tasty? Anything else other than vegetables?
Yeah. Right. I shall switch. I'm going to switch the stream off now, and I'm going to go and get my Damson gin and put my sandals on.
I've actually got. I've not got sandals, but I've got a pair of sliders. But that's only because I broke my toes. I needed something to put on that wasn't a shoe.
How is your toe anyway? We haven't asked about.
Oh, they're all fine now. I don't think I broke my toes. I think the nurse was being a little over.
Then stop moaning about it.
I'm not.
I think she just told him it was broke just to make him brave.
Yeah,
because I was being a brave soldier. Was I being a brave soldier?
Yeah.
Give him a lollipop.
Yeah. To get his little sticker, I was good at the hospital.
I was a very big boy, grown-up boy, and I didn't do any crying or nothing either.
Pete Rogers says, no, you don't put vegetables in cake. Exactly right.
Yes, you do. I wonder
if there's an untapped market for savoury cakes. What would you call a savoury cake?
It wouldn't be a cake. It'd be a biscuit.
No, it wouldn't be a biscuit. Since when is a biscuit that thick and squidgy?
Like Jaffa cake is a biscuit.
Don't start the Jaffa cake again.
But if you made a cake, but you did it like with meat in it or vegetables or something, it wouldn't be a pie, and it wouldn't be. What would it be? There's got to be. It must exist in some form.
Is that not that episode of Friends where the 2 pages of the cookbook got stuck together?
And they made the beef. They made the beef, and he's like, meat, cake's good, beef is good. I'll eat it.
Where are we up to? I've lost track of where we're up to.
That's a stew, says Zedster.
That's a stew. Not if it's got sponge as well, because it would obviously need to include sponge and icing of some sort.
Yeah, that's no.
Simon Payne says, so 3 cakes it is, 1 carrot, 1 coffee, 1 chocolate. Wife is offering to make them 2 now. Okay, yeah, don't do chocolate. I do coffee cake. Coffee cake's fantastic.
Yeah, I'll do the chocolate one, and Ted does the carrot one. Sorted.
Yeah, we can have them sent to eModels then when we the date to be announced, and then we'll have a taste off.
Yeah, Ted's going to be there with his carrot cake, doing his nuts in May. You must chew 100 times. Mike Lee plays. Whatever happened to those? It's the downside of growing up in the 80s. You had to watch stuff like that.
Yeah. So thank you for watching the eModels Bake Off this evening. Next week we'll discuss puddings.
Actually, well, I have to raise an issue with Dave Cardboard, because Dave Cardboard says, and you don't put fruit in curry. You clearly never had 1980s school curry.
With currants.
Nicest thing in the world, and it had raisins in it.
I don't think my school in the 80s was advanced enough to have curry.
It wasn't really curry. It was chicken and a brown liquid of stodginess and raisins and a little bit of curry-ish flavour.
It wasn't even thick. It was like a soup. But when we didn't know any different in the 70s, we'd never experienced curry before.
I don't.
Other than the what was it? I'm trying to think of the paella. What was that paella that used to come in a box?
Paella.
It was like the first fast food you could get. It was frozen paella. I can't think of the name. Was it Findus?
Paella.
Was it Findus or something like that? Somebody will tell us in a minute. Vesta. Mark Scopes. Vesta.
Vesta curries. Oh yeah.
Didn't they make motorbikes?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Vesta scooters.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, but Vestas were the very first sort of instant meals in a bag.
Yeah, in the days before microwaves. Yeah, Vesta chow mein. Yeah, Mark Scope says he loved the chow mein. For anybody watching who's never watched this show before, by the way, this is the least model-oriented model making show. Just so you know, this is normal for. I've got an itchy eyeball. I don't quite know why.
It shows how old you are, and things have changed. I remember the Vestas coming out and being the first sort of instant meal, and you wondered what to do with it.
It wasn't instant though, was it? Because you didn't have a microwave. You had to put it in the oven for 3 hours.
Well, there wasn't microwaves.
Exactly. So it was instant in that you got it home, took it out your fridge, and put it in your oven for 2 hours.
Wasn't it boiling back? Because that was the thing in the 70s, boil in the bag.
Yeah.
What is that? It might have been, yeah.
I suffered many years of flavourless boil in the bag cod in parsley sauce. Gee whiz.
Yeah. There was cod in parsley sauce, and there was what else was boiled in the bag? There was Finder's crispy pancakes.
They weren't boiled in a bag.
No, they were made of artificial colourings, and I think they were produced by the military industrial complex research.
Yeah, they were like army. You couldn't eat them. There was chicken Kiev. That when you cut into it, it just all ran all over the plate, and there was nothing.
Yeah, Kiev was the one that you cut into and exploded out the other end, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Those crispy Finder's pancakes, it was like, are you coming out to play? No, I've had my tea now and I'm on the ceiling. I'll be done in an hour.
Pop Tarts, says Frogspawn.
Pop tarts, yeah.
More late 80s, that.
Radioactive for the mouth, have just burnt you out and you couldn't speak for days.
Arctic roll.
Which you cooled off with Arctic roll.
Yeah, Arctic roll.
Frey Bentos pies in a tin.
Yes, Beyond Hope says you can still get those meat pies. You remove the lid and cook in the tin from panel. You can still get them. They're rubbish because what you do is you get this pie this big and you think that's a nice big pie. It's got the fluffy pastry which I can eat. I can't do proper pie crust, so I get like the beef and onion one or whatever. Put it in the oven. It goes like this out the tin. You pull it out. You put the knife in. And you go. When you take this thin microscopic layer of pastry off the top, it's just soup. You can't cut it because all you end up with, if you two of you eating, one person gets the crust, the other one gets all the soupy bits. They're a bit rubbish.
That was it. They seem to have changed. That you used to quite enjoy Frey Bentos pies, but then I don't know what I just grew up or whatever. But it's like dog food now.
Yeah.
Michael Jacobin says he just looked at the Wingnut Wings 132nd Sopwith F1 Camel. He always was a Biggles fan. Now he wants to build it. Something else to add to the wish list.
Oh yeah,
but that's model talk. We're about food.
Yeah, sorry, I drifted off for a minute there.
It can't just be me that whenever I think of a Sopwith Camel, I think of Snoopy.
Oh yeah.
Southern Pain says, "Oh my God, someone's talking about models in our cooking show."
Heresy. I don't know.
Don't forget, by the way, there is a giveaway tonight. We are doing a giveaway, so if you haven't entered the competition yet, go across and comment on last week's show. It's still time.
Yeah, we are giving away what are we giving away? It is the Boeing 144th scale 737-700 C-40B airliner. We've got no idea what we asked you to put on the video for a comment last week, so just put any comment on there. We'll be pulling the winner later on. A random comment from that. So go and find last week's show. Keep this show going, obviously. But go and find last week's show and put a comment on there and just put anything. Keep it fun.
Something plane related, wasn't it?
Just put something humorous.
It was just something funny. There you go. Frogspawn says, "For mash, get smash," and all I've got in my head is bird's eye potato waffles.
I remember something was mentioned on the radio the other day that not a lot of people remember. Who remembers Humphreys?
Yeah, Humphrey. Watch out! There's
a Humphrey about. Yeah,
I've mentioned them before. The little red and white stripe straw.
Yeah.
And then we go on about Busby for a little while.
Busby, the BT. Yeah, I remember that.
And what was it? Is it if you'd said Sid to tell him?
Oh yeah, that was British Gas. Have you seen Sid? And you met him at the end, and it was like, no.
Spirit Girl says, "Foxx do the shake and vac."
You do the shake and vac, and put the freshness back. You do the shake and vac. I'm not getting up and doing the wiggly butt thing, but
thank you. We all appreciate that.
Pete Rogers says milkshake in a straw. Yeah, that wasn't a Humphreys, but there is milkshake in a straw.
Humphreys was just milk, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah, they were just milk thieves, weren't they? Yeah.
Watch out! There's a Humphrey.
Cresta Fizzy, that was that sort of additive coloured milkshake stuff, wasn't it?
I found a picture which I'm going to do a quick screen share if you want to look at on me, because Frogspawn says the Corona Pop Man, and now I have to apparently get into a fight with Frogspawn because where we came from, if it's locked on me, we didn't have the Corona Pop Man. We had the Alpine Pot Man. This was our delivery service.
Yeah, I can't remember. We had a pot man, but I can't remember what he sold.
Yep.
I
Well, you
think
would
I
have
must
had
have
either
been hidden
Alpine
away.
or Corona, I think. But so there you go. I shall stop screen sharing anyway.
Beyond Hope is asking, aren't you guys getting close to copyright infringement alerts? No, I shouldn't
Yeah,
think so,
quite
because
possibly.
when Fox sings a theme tune, it's nothing like the original. It's all
Right,
right.
the theme tune, sing the theme tune. Do you want to, it's not locked on me, is it, Ted? Now.
No, it isn't now.
Let's get busy with the fizzy, Timber.
Let's get busy. Adrian Jones says, anyone else heard of a Coke float? My mother just told me about them. It sounds horrible. When I was a kid and used to go to like Pizza Hut, all you wanted was a Coke float.
It's a Wimpy thing as well, isn't it? Wimpy
It was
used to do
Wimpy. Oh, Wimpy. Oh, Wimpy special grill.
Is that right? Am I thinking it was Coke with a dollop of ice cream in it?
Yeah, basically.
That's what it was. Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Oh.
Still do it if I can remember and want to regress to my childhood. Yeah.
Oh, I can think about it. I've not had a Wimpy since I was like 10. It's been a Wimpy in town. It's not there
We
anymore.
used to have a Wimpy quite local, but they recently closed.
Yeah. Actually, no, I tell a lie. About 11 years ago, I did go bowling with my girlfriend at the time. Some bowling alley somewhere, and they had, instead of like the little sort of burger bar, and they had a Wimpy in the bowling alley. I'm like, oh! So I had to go and have like 17 burgers just to relive the past, and it was perfect. It was exactly the same.
Beyond Hope says Pizza Hut still do the floats, but they use Pepsi now. Not Coke floats, Pepsi float, that'd be different.
No, you know what, Pepsi.
So I mentioned this yesterday on my stream. Pepsi and Coke have always had that big rivalry, Pepsi challenge and stuff. And would you like I'd like a Coke, please. Oh, is Pepsi okay? Well, not really, but if it's all you got.
Yeah.
But Fanta and Tango didn't have the same thing, did they?
No, because nobody drinks Fanta and Tango in a pub.
But there's always one. But some places might do both, or I don't know.
But have you noticed how nobody ever goes in and says, "I'd like a Pepsi," or "We've already got Coke"? Oh, go on then.
Yeah, it never happens that way around, does it?
Never that way around. Cynical Steve says, my first burger was a Wimpy in Cardiff. I really wish Wimpy would come back because their burgers tasted.
Someone did say, Zadster says, Wimpy have started opening cafes again.
I was watching the Sweeney tonight, and actually in the background there was a Wimpy. So, when they were filming the Sweeney on the streets, and everybody used to be stood on the pavement watching them film.
Well, the thing is, like, I don't know if they'd be the same because, like, I just remember them because I was like, there was all the burger places you go, and McDonald's was still relatively unheard of in those days in the UK, but Wimpy burgers had this just particularly sweet flavour to the meat patty, which was fantastic. And when McDonald's first appeared, I was like, no, I don't like McDonald's, and Wimpy's better.
Yeah, is Wimpy was the one, wasn't it, which was table service? You didn't go to the counter and got your burger. You had to sit at a table and get it served to you.
Yep.
So yeah, Pete Rogers says Wimpy's are still the same.
Beyond Hope says Dandelion and Burdock is a weird one. Who was their rival? Yeah, because I used to love Dandelion and Burdock.
Dandelion and Burdock. Yeah, we had a drink up here in Barrow called Sass.
Sarsaparilla.
Marsh's Sass. Yeah, it was sarsaparilla.
Yeah, because that's a proper old American Wild West type.
Yeah.
Sarsaparilla. I've never tried it. I've always wondered what it is. It's from a plant, though, isn't it? It's from the sarsaparilla.
Yeah, it's from the sarsaparilla plant. I think the company that made it up here in Barrow, I think it was just a local thing. They closed years ago, but there's still I think there's a single bottle of sarsaparilla doing the rounds in Barrow, and people keep buying it for strange amounts. I've
always wanted to try it. I remember being horribly, horribly disappointed when I first ever tried root beer, because it just tasted like a cupful of Germaline, and I just had to.
Oh, yeah, it's horrible.
It was like, I think that was back in the day. I think when McDonald's used to do root beer, and it was like, let's try this classic American drink. It was like swig, and I'd be like,
that's really horrible.
That's
Why
just
would you do that to yourself? Yeah.
How people can drink root beer, I do not know.
Jacqueline asks, how do you put a comment on last week's? You need to find last week's in YouTube. It will have the date for last week on it. And when it down on the bottom underneath all the things, there's a comment section with other people who have commented. You just need to add a comment to it.
I shall put a link in the chat for last week's show. Last week's show is just a normal video, so you can just stick a normal comment on it like normal. I shall copy the URL, and I just went and found it and got the link when I've actually got to open a different browser window. That's last week's show.
There we go. Yeah, click on that. Don't watch it all.
Yeah.
Just
just scroll down to the comments, put a comment, and come back to us. Catch up on this week's cooking show.
Yeah. Well, actually, I'm gonna do a thing now. I'll do my what's in store.
Oh, is it what's in store?
It's sort of what's in store time, isn't it? Really?
Now.
Yeah.
Now.
Right. So whilst everybody goes off and makes a cup of tea and gets some stuff out the fridge because they're all
that's what Mama Foxx does. She says, Mama Foxx watches till what's in store, and she just goes off and doesn't wash it up.
When what's in store comes on.
Yeah, because she's not going to buy anything. So to her, it's like when we watch Top Gear and you get the special the guest doing the rounds of the track, and everybody just fast forward.
Right. I'll look it on Chris.
Yeah.
No, don't look it on me yet. Fox has got to do his old thing. I can't do his twiddly thing properly.
Okay, don't you even go near my twiddly thing. Now, don't forget, we're going to do the what's in store. There is a theme, as always, and I've not got the stickers out because I'm a poltroon. I am a poltroon. There is a theme, and you can win a big fat sticker. When Chris has shown you all the what's in store items, he will ask you what the theme is, and the first person in chat to get the right answer will win a big fat sticker. Now, don't answer before Chris comes back and says go, because any answers you put in the chat before he's asked the question will be ignored. Now, by this point in the show, there's always a lag between the video and the chat. So before we do anything, you need to get the chat and video synced up. So hit the refresh button on your browser and drag the slider. So refresh.
And drag.
Refresh and drag. You do the shake and back and put the fish. So refresh and drag just to get up to date. And don't forget, of course, when you see the chat, it's tailored to you. So just because you're first in chat on your screen, it doesn't mean you're actually first in the final real YouTube chat. We see the chat that YouTube sees. So you may not necessarily be the person that wins if you're first in your chat. That's just you on your computer. So keep that in mind.
So I didn't get a chance to send any stickers out this week because I've run out of stamps and I haven't been back to the post office yet. But some did go out last week, and as Pete Rogers said, he got some. So yeah, I am getting through the backlog of stickers. So,
still locked on me, Ted.
Right.
Masks will drop down.
I thought we'd leave it locked on for a little bit longer. I like his refresh and drag. I'll practice it. I've been practicing all week. Refresh and drag.
Flush. And inhale.
Right, and now it's over to Chris.
Or Michael Jackman says, just click live. That's an option, but it's less fun.
It's not as fun.
No, you've got to refresh.
Yeah.
And have a fight with the draggy thing when it gets to the end and you can't quite not click on it, and then it's like...
right, the what's in store this week. It's my turn to do it, so I didn't do it this week.
Yay!
I delegated. My wife has been at home this afternoon and she said she was a bit bored. So I said, well, if you're not doing anything, go along to eModels.co.uk and do a what's in store. You know how it works. You're always in the chat lurking. So this isn't my what's in store. This is my wife's what's in store. So any complaints, talk to her in the chat.
I bet it took you all of a hundredth of a second to think, I can farm this out.
Yep, absolutely. It was just
So Fox and I spend hours and days making
making yours up. But you know what you're going to do next time? You're going to ask somebody else to do it for you. We're going to end up with the Mama Fox selection and the Modern Waking Chicken selection.
It'll be like, it's Fox's turn this week, so Gemma did what's in store.
Yes.
Is Mark Dale here yet? Number 3 is coming up soon.
Number 3 will be here soon. As I say, again, not my fault. So, I shall...
I'm going to contact Tony and I'm going to ask Tony to do what's in store.
Yeah.
That works, yeah. I shall share my screen. Bing! There you go. That is my screen. And with any luck, I can still manipulate it as well. Look, I can bring it over and look at it. Right, this is what we have first up. We have the Hydro V boat kit. 10.5 inches in length. Build it, paint it, display it.
I love the way it says that, as if like you've never come across a model kit ever before, so you need instructions of the whole basic premise of it.
Build it, paint it, display it. Well, some people just buy kits and don't actually do anything else with them, do they? So they need to put the instructions on there. It's authentic 1/18th scale model kit with detailed outboard engine.
Yeah, it's not fake 1/18 scale, it's authentic 1/18 scale.
Authentic.
It is an unusual subject though, because you don't often get like kits of like speedboats and motorboats.
There's no more information about it. It's the Hydro V boat. It's got an E number.
No, it's
no
an
reviews.
It's an NPC kit, and it's got old style artwork. So I'm just wondering if it's a re-release of an old classic kit, because NPC and AMT Ertl, I think, there's quite a few companies that, or NPC especially, they are re-releasing old kits as like classics. So I don't know if that is an old kit released or a modern one.
Yeah, don't know, but it's very nice. It's a kit. It's a boat.
It's going to be quite sizey as well if it's 1/18 scale.
But it's 10.5 inches in length.
Wow,
it looks very much like a Chris Craft boat from the 60s. Yeah,
It's definitely an old style
or a Glastron cat type thing.
I quite like that catchphrase though. Build it, paint it. What's it? Build it, paint it, display it. Yeah, I quite like that. I might use that.
Because the funny thing, if this was the only kit they ever made, that would make sense. But seeing as it's one of millions of kits that NPC made over the years, it's like, why would you build it, paint it?
Maybe they didn't put that on some of them, and people got confused.
Maybe it's so you know it's not remote controlled. I don't know.
Yeah,
Weird, isn't it?
Cynical Steve says building kits is weird. You just steal bits off them and make random things. Much more fun than following plans. Right. Second up, we have the Avis 172nd DH60G Gypsy Moth float plane. It's an amphibious plane thing. It flies and it's a boat. It's a
I wonder
boat.
what makes it a coupe.
That's like an open top, isn't it, or something, isn't it?
I don't know. I'm going to refresh on it because my signal's a bit weak. Hang on a second.
Oh dear.
Yeah, maybe it's a removable top.
Maybe, I don't know. It doesn't seem to have a top, does it?
I don't know. I can't quite see on the screen if it's got.
See it here, but it looks like it's a top.
Clicking it makes it smaller, so I won't bother
I
doing
never
that.
got that. It looks like maybe there's a sealed cockpit, perhaps.
We have it's the British Arctic Air Route Expedition.
Yeah, you want a sealed cockpit for that.
I
would have thought so. It looks chilly, doesn't it?
I think you need a roof for that.
172nd scale, so it's going to be a smallish.
The only problem with it being in the Arctic, as soon as it touches down, it sticks.
It sticks in the front in the ice. Yeah.
Yeah. Don't stand on one of the floats having a wee off the side. You might just.
Oh yeah, you get stuck. Yeah, that's not a good place to do that. No, right.
Yeah. By the way, Ted, as I've got email access, we've also been sent pictures of what an English muffin looks like.
Right. I thought that might happen.
Is it different to an American muffin?
Jamie Bell says it probably had 4 doors. And I refuse to call it a coupe. Sorry.
Coopy.
That's another American pronunciation I can't be doing with. Coupe. That's coupe.
Right, the third one we have tonight, so this is the one that everyone's got to go and buy. It's a Porsche.
Yay!
Yay! It's a Porsche Junior 108 tractor. I didn't know Porsche made tractors.
No.
Well, they don't, but Porsche do.
Well, they do. It's Porsche. Always used to be Porsche.
No.
It's like Nestles.
Nestle.
Yeah. Nestle.
There is more information on this one.
I used to know someone who used to pronounce it Toblerone. I had to hit them regularly.
Porsche equals sports cars, but not always so. They also produced tractors during the 50s and early 60s.
Mm-hmm. That's
there we go.
Zadster says not a Lamborghini because Lamborghini make tractors as well.
Do they?
Yeah.
Very cool.
That's I love. I like kits like that purely for their weathering potential because those. Whenever you watch like how to do Rust tutorials, they're always on kits of tractors because they just look fantastic. Because tractors are always not only are tractors dirty and dusty and rusty, they're also faded and sun bleached, and it's just they're a perfect place to test out your bleached colors or your streaking or your rusting because that's what they look like. Old things like that.
This is a real thing, isn't it?
What? The tractor?
Yeah. Because it looks like it's designed for a little kid to sit on and you can push it from the back.
No, it's a proper 19, probably 40s or 50s tractor.
What's the thing on the back then?
It's just when you impress the girl in the pub that I'll just go around the back and collect
my Porsche.
You got your Porsche keyring. So yeah, it's quite an easy build kit, but as Fox says, there's lots of weathering potential on that.
Oh yeah. Jimmy Bone says it is a farming joke. Why did the Scarecrow get an award? He was outstanding in his field. Hey!
Moving swiftly on then. We have the Eclair 124th Land Rover fire truck.
Must be noted that Gemma did pick the correct Land Rover. She picked a Series 3, which is, of course, the correct Land Rover.
Yeah, she did that deliberately for you, Fox.
Yeah, none of this modern Defender rubbish. It's
Yeah.
proper Series 3, the proper grown-up Land Rover.
Hampshire Fire Service.
Yeah.
This is on the new releases from eModels this week. It came out, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's certainly one of the most famous symbols of Made in England.
Yep.
Yeah.
4x4.
It's basically the best car ever made. I will hear no arguments. It is the Spitfire of cars.
Except
I
it
will
doesn't.
hear no argument. I will give no truck to arguments that say otherwise.
Oh, trucks.
I think the Land Rover is one of them cars that everybody must have had riding at some time, whether it be in the back, especially if you were a kid, you want to travel in the back so you can pretend to be a soldier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that why?
I still miss mine every day. I miss the big bus driver wheel. Like that's, I just never loved a car as much as my Series.
But you didn't miss having to defrost the inside of the windscreen because it was full of
It
ice.
was character. It was character. I loved it. I loved it.
All right. Next up, we have the ICM 124th Renault Type AG 1910 Paris Taxi de la Marne. I'm pretty sure we've done this one before, haven't we?
I think we did that one with all the French soldiers hanging off.
That was, yeah, people hanging off the sides of it, didn't it?
Yeah.
So yes, this is an oldie worldy taxi.
Mm-hmm. Again, ICM. I think ICM is one of those sort of Eastern European manufacturers that does all the little, not unpopular, but the niche kits. They're a good source of niche kits, and I have heard they are very good.
It's apparently 100% new molds.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, if you're looking for any, like the little sub-Eastern European countries are always a good bet for these kind of more niche kits.
It looks fun.
Quite a nice colour scheme as well.
Beyond Hope says, Fox, sure, the Spitfire was the Spitfire of cars. This is the Land Rover of cars. No, the Spitfire was not the Spitfire of cars. The MG Spitfire was not the Spitfire of cars.
It technically was, but wasn't. Yeah.
Well, it was, but it wasn't because it was a terrible car. But there you go.
The last one tonight, we have another classic, the Revel 124th London Bus.
Yes.
Route
Michael
Master.
Jackman was correct because he was reading your tabs in advance.
Was he? Cheap.
Yes. Now, I have heard tell from people that have made this, including Colin, who was in chat earlier on. I think Colin's done one, that this is a really nice kit.
Yeah.
It's quite big as well, apparently.
That's huge.
I mean, it's 124 scale for a start. So
buses are obviously quite big anyway, and being 124th is quite substantial. Green crackers on the side of it as well.
Santa says he should really start his. Yeah.
I won't click the play video like Fox does when he does these things. So
yes.
I'll try not to do that. Right, so going back briefly through all of them, we have the Hydro V, the Gypsy Moth,
Coupe,
the Porsche,
sure,
the Land Rover
Series 3,
the Renault 1910 Taxi,
Sacre bleu, plume de ma tante, Arc de Triomphe,
and the London Bus. London. So I shall stop sharing, I shall come back on screen, and I shall say, go. What is the theme this week? Not my theme, not my fault.
Has Gemma told you the answer? Because
Gemma told me the answer. I guessed the answer incorrectly, and then she told me the correct answer. And then Fox guessed the
workshop, by the way, says, "Oh, I built one of those." You may have missed where I said you built one of those.
Yeah, may have. No, nearly no. No.
So the answer isn't red then.
The answer isn't
anybody?
red,
No.
Anybody? It's getting there, but
they're close, but they're not.
Yeah, no, not quite there.
Yeah, they've got the plate. They haven't got the name on the plate yet.
There's sort of two parts to the answer.
Yeah.
And I need both parts because otherwise I'll be shouted at by not having get it right. So
yeah.
Red herring.
Oh,
red
George
vehicles.
Taylor.
There we go. George Taylor. Congratulations. Red vehicles is in fact the answer that we were looking for.
Yes, that's the answer. That's the answer we were given by Gemma, so that's the answer we have to stick to.
Right.
So well done, George.
Gemma says, I thought it was very easy. Well, you knew the answer. So yes, that was George, wasn't it, George?
Yep.
Send us an email to ted@emodels.co.uk. Tell us you've won the big sticker for the what's in store this week.
Yep. Put in the title of the email, I've won a big sticker, just so Ted can quickly see at a glance
Yeah, you can put I've won a big sticker, but usually you'll get 2 stickers included in the envelope because I've just filled the envelopes and I just wait to write the address on them. So.
You've won yourself this sticker, star. This may not be the sticker you win, star.
Other stickers are also available.
Star, objects may not look as large as they appear.
If you win the large sticker, it may also include a bonus sticker.
Yeah.
So yeah, there we go. That was that. So whose turn is it next week?
Ted next week.
It must be me then.
Zadster says, I wish someone had made a set of 1/24th Route Master passengers. You can get 1/24th generic figures. I know Tamiya do some, and I think Hasegawa do some 1/24th generic figures. You'd have to have a look on the website and have a look and see, but there are various kits out there.
I've got a lot of German U-boat crew left, which would be quite nicely, but some of the guys wouldn't have shirts, so they've got German hats on. And
it might not look right sitting on a bus.
I mean, if you go for the Hasegawa ones, they may look a bit Japanese.
Well, it's a Route Master bus full of Japanese tourists.
Yeah. Phil Lewis says 2 goldfish in a tank. One says, "Can you drive this?"
Cynical Steve says, strictly speaking, planes and boats aren't vehicles. Really?
Well, so they are, aren't they? They're a vehicle. You get from A to B. They're a transportation device.
Make it not road vehicles, but
or you can take them without consent. Any vehicle, So boat.
You can if you nick a plane, you can still be done for taking a vehicle.
Nick a plane.
Yeah.
There you go.
Is it like a knickerbocker?
Can nick a boat. Still be taking a vehicle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Physics joke.
From you.
Joke. Barman says, "We don't serve your type in here." A tachyon walks into a bar. Anyway, moving on.
Yeah, that was slightly funnier in text form.
Yeah, it works better in text.
Right.
All right. Should we do something else now? Or should we finish?
Yeah.
Should we do some giving away then?
Ooh, is it giveaway time? Woohoo! Give away. What we doing? Stickers or mugs?
Yes. One of them things.
Just while I'm looking in emails, Frogspawn, I've got your email. It must have been maybe a mix-up, or maybe they've run out of mugs at eModels, but I'll send you. I'll resend your mail back to them. See if we get the mug sent out for you.
George Taylor says, "Well, late for work now. I might get fired, but I want a sticker, so it's worth it."
Yay!
Yeah, that was it. Yeah, you've got to tell your boss that. We'll think. Could include give him one of your stickers as you want to claim him off one as well.
Yeah. Just in case anybody doesn't know, most of you do know, all of you do, but just in case you don't know, when you win a mug, we send your details to eModels and they send the mug to you, so we don't get involved in that. When you win a sticker, it's me or Ted that posts the stickers out, and we're rubbish. Yeah. So we have got stickers going back a few months. So if you win a sticker tonight, even if you're waiting for stickers to be sent from whenever, you need to mail us anyway. But yes, you might be waiting a while. We have got people who've been waiting months. That's good.
We're working away. The list is dwindling. We'll get there at the end. Yeah.
Gemma tells Steve that she did Google it first, and they are recognised as vehicles. See, Gemma did some research and stuff for this.
Well, we don't do that.
We don't do research. It's like when you send your question to us. Send your question to us. We haven't got any questions. When you send your questions to us, we don't research the answers, so it's just up to you to tell us that we believe the answer's right.
I mean, my entire process when it's my what's in store is I go into the eModel store, I go into the search window, and I'm like, fish. Nothing, okay. Lemons, animal parts, smells. I just put in random keywords to see what pops up.
Yeah, so we should change it. So, what did we put in the search engine this week?
Yeah,
these are the results we got. What was the search term?
Right, so we'll do a double sticker giveaway, I think.
Yes.
You can win
sticker giveaway. I've got red bars again. I've got fantastic broadband. This is rubbish.
Yeah, well, I had fantastic broadband. I had red bars. So it's your turn. Ted's turn next week.
I've got a question. Right. Very early on in the show, Foxx give the science.
Oh God, hang on! I've got to get it back. Remember, I closed it.
It's all right, Ted remembers the answers.
It's all right. You won't need it. Foxx give the scientific fact of the week right early on in the show, And the question for 2 stickers this week relates to that. And the question is, what was the company I worked for at the time? Go. So it should be easy. Should be quick.
Everyone's rewinding back to watch the video and then thinking, no,
There we go. Riddlin. First one in was IBM. That's it. You didn't need to put it in capitals. Yeah, but IBM says Redlen. So well done. You've won 2 stickers.
Yeah, well done, Redlen. Pop an email, ted@emodels.co.uk, telling me you won the double stickers, and we'll get them sent to you by the end of the century.
Or the end of all time.
Yeah.
We'll get them sent to you by the end of the time period.
I think or you can send a stamped self-addressed envelope to Blue Peter.
Pebble Mill at 1, London W12.
W18QT, something like that.
Pebble, to Points of View, London Television Centre, BBC Television Centre. That was very quick, that one.
Yeah, that was a quick one. So we've got a mug to give away.
Mugtacular. We've got to come up with a question now.
What numbers did Foxx use in his thing earlier?
Okay, I'll do another. No, I can't do another question about my fact of the day because I can't do it twice. That's something. I haven't planned a question.
Number on the hand.
I could do that.
Andrew says, I mailed you a question last week. We might have a question.
I've not actually got access to the email anymore, so I can't see that.
It's just, I don't know. Is that?
Okay, I've written a number on my hand.
Oh, we've got a number. There we go.
We've got a number on my hand.
Oh, we've got the number on the hand, and I've just found your question as well.
Yeah.
So we might use that. We might use that one.
Remind us next week that we. Yeah.
The number is on the hand.
What number is it?
It's between 18 and 28. Go.
Can I guess?
No.
Gemma can guess.
Between 18 and 28. Okay,
no worries, Suzanne. That's not an
Everybody said 23 at the start. Wayne Haywood is the first to say the correct answer, which is 22. That I can't get
22. Let's just check. Yeah, Wayne Haywood is the first one I see at 22.
But it doesn't matter which way up your hand is of the 22, does it?
It's actually, if you do it that way, it still says 22. Whoa! That's a 22, but if I do that, it still says 22.
Oh, no! It's actually neater that way up.
That's weird. I've just broken my entire brain. Cool.
And if the screen was mirrored,
I said 23 at the start for some reason.
Yes. Who was that then? I can't remember now.
I've forgotten now. Who said it? Wayne Haywood said 22.
There we go. Yes.
Well done, Wayne. Send their mail to ted@emodels.co.uk.
Cool. So we're around for the just about the final thing to give away now, haven't we? We've got a prize.
Last week's giveaway. Do you want to lock it on me, Ted Wardicus?
Lock it on you. There we are. It's locked on you. Mouse seems to be working tonight as well.
Shh, don't tempt fate. I'll put it on to me. So yes, last week we were giving away the Zvezda 1144th airliner Boeing 737-700/C-40B, which is not the one that's currently broken because this is an older one. Although I did read with some amusement today, right now, that many airlines, there's kind of a crisis at the moment because all the new 737 Max is just piling up in the Boeing car park. Many airlines are now sort of scrambling to buy or lease old and mostly often retired old 737, some of them going back 40 years, just so they've got the planes and the vehicles to get people moving around. So it's a bit of a statement when a 40-year-old mothballed aircraft is safer than your current latest technological wonderment.
They've probably still got the same 40-year-old magazines in the back of the seats.
Yeah, they still have all the cigarette smoke stains on the roof and stuff.
Yeah, that's it.
The ashtrays.
Still smell of cigarettes and have ashtrays.
But it's not a good statement about the quality of your aircraft when something that's 40 or 50 years old is actually better and safer.
It shows that they used to build them properly.
Well, yeah, there is that. So we're giving away this Boeing 737-700, which should be rather jolly good fun. Now, what we asked you to do was put a comment on last week's video. I have last week's video here. I've got no idea what we asked you to do. really got no idea. But I'll just refresh it now so we've got the latest commentings.
No, mute it.
Oh, it's an advert for some video game.
It's World of Ships.
No, it's got tanks and things as well, so it's just shooty killy video game. It looks quite good actually, but there you go. Other games are available. So we had 37 comments, many of which I suspect went on from about 9 o'clock tonight. So we've got 37 comments. I've got no idea what we asked you, but we have comments such as, I heard that plane manufacturers are thinking of removing windows to go faster, but it wouldn't make a difference as all parts on a plane are designed to create lift. From Aidan Jones. Andy M says there was an airline in Honduras called SASA. It had a bad safety record. It was said that SASA stood for stay at home, stay alive.
Must be airplane facts.
Yeah, I think they were. Stuart C says Boeing designated commercial aircraft with the 700 series, but did not think 700 sounded cool enough. So the first commercial passenger jet is model number 707. And Dave Barker says, always sit at the back, planes never reverse into mountains. My friend Mike was learning to fly. He managed to hit a classroom, but he was actually taxiing from the fueling point. He wasn't even on the runway at that point. So he hadn't even left the ground and he ran into a classroom. So that's my mate Mike.
Well, you can't run into a classroom if you have left the ground.
No, but it's funny because you say, why don't you come for a flight? And I'm like, how about no? You get a classroom. This is also the man that nearly ran his boat into an aircraft carrier because he hadn't spotted it. Yeah, and he rolled a Cosworth off the road into a ditch. So, yeah.
His track record of driving isn't brilliant then.
Yeah, we were always loath to get into any kind of conveyance with him ever. Let's get one less. Let's have a look. The world's oldest airline says Beyond Hope will be 100 years old in 2019. It's KLM from the Netherlands.
Well, look, there's my video.
Where? Oh, yeah, look, there you go. Final episode, part 11.
Yeah, final episode. Go and have a look.
Make sure you watch it. So anyway, we need to pull a comment at random. So I shall take the URL, which is up here. I shall put it into the lovely lady's nail art website and beauty website. I'll put she's very clever to have.
Yeah, we still question why Foxx would find this on that particular site. Of all the other sites,
what he was looking for.
I'll tell you what, I need to get my mate Martin to write some sort of HTML code to do a random YouTube comment so I can put one of these on my website and I'll just get hits like out the wazoo. It'd be brilliant. So it doesn't matter what her website's about. Nobody cares. Then you come in for this. Right, anyway. Let's load these comments. So we're going to load these in. We have 37 unique comments. I shall now randomly pick a winner. Would you give me a countdown, please, glamorous assistant Gladys?
3, 2, 1.
Stephen Hill Harris says, number one rule of flying, never run out of altitude, airspeed, and ideas at the same time. Number two rule of flying, number of landings must equal number of takeoffs. I like that.
Yeah.
One of my favorite phrases. I'm not afraid of flying. I'm afraid of being at 30,000 feet and not flying.
Any landing that you can walk away from is a good one.
Yeah. So Stephen Hill Harris, well done. You have won yourself these Vesda 1144th 737-700C-40B floaty airplane. So all you need to do is send an email to ted@emodels.co.uk. Make sure to put in the hashtag #7027 so they know which one you won. And the chaps will get eModels will forward that on to them and they'll get that sent out to you.
Yeah, that's like the mugs and the kits come straight from the guys at eModels.
Yeah, we don't actually live in the warehouse, so
no. Well, yeah.
So that's me done. I shall stop the sharing. Walk it from me if you would, Ted Wardicus. There you go, lovely. So well done, Stephen Hill Harris. Get your email sent in, and the guys will get that sent out to you. Do post some pictures up on the eModels Facebook page, emodels.co.uk/. No, it's not. It is facebook.com/eModels Ltd.
Ah, cool.
Beyond Hope's got a science fact for you there, Fox.
Oh, science! I like science. Give me science.
It's a bit up.
Science me up.
There it is.
Oh, Nevbo's in, by the way. Hey, Nevbo.
Yeah, Nevo saw his Hellcat build while you were going through the suggested video.
Andy, at the moment, by the way, on the YouTube channel, as well as Ted's final episode of the U-Boat, we've got Andy or Nevbo, his Hellcat 1 enormous scale, 1/24 scale Airfix Hellcat, the new release. Go and check that out. He's building that, and of course, Colin's making his Star Wars Cat. So go and check those out. Anyway, you were going to science me up.
I can read it, yeah. Beyond Hope says, science fact, after the stream or before the sun rises tomorrow, pop outside. If there's no cloud, you should see the Perseid meteor shower. I don't know if Perseid might not be Perseid. Every year at the same time, and nature's version of fireworks.
Yes,
so tonight.
I forgot it was tonight.
Which direction should we be looking? Do we
upwards, Ted. It's in the sky.
Your direction is up.
Yeah.
Secondary science fact on that is when we go through these, there's several like meteor showers we have every year, and if you don't know what they are or why we get them the same time every year, it's because we are going through the debris left behind, a series of like cometary debris that has a certain orbit. And every time the Earth passes through that orbit, a ring of debris left behind. For example, you may have like Earth here, and there's a comet that goes around the sun, and the comet leaves debris, and it takes the same orbit every year. And we go through and we intersect the orbit. And every time we go through that orbit, we go through the debris, which is here, and the Earth goes through, and that's where you get the meteor shower for one night or 2 nights, because we're going through the debris trail left behind either a series of comets or meteors or whatever they may be, but they have the same orbit every year. We go through it. That's why we get them.
Hey.
Look how you benefit tonight, folks. Two science facts on an evening.
I want to get one free. Although it's a bit cloudy here, so I probably won't be able to see it.
Yeah. Well, it's been raining for the past 4 days, so yeah. Right. Well, it's about wrapping up time. So I think we've done everything. We've given everything away. Anything else? We've talked about food. We've talked about cooking. It's been a cooking.
Food's the correct thing to talk about.
Yeah, it's been a cooking show tonight. So,
Dave Cardboard has a good question. Actually, he says, "I wonder where they find the pilots certified for 40-year-old 737s."
Yeah. I think the way they find them is that it was people that qualified on flight sim.
I turned over an old bar and an old pub, and there it was. Go to all the beachside bars.
Yeah. Right. Well, I think we'll wrap up. I'll call it a night. We'll thank everybody for coming in. And next week it will be we're having the week off after next week, so we'll be here next week. Then the week after that, we'll have a week off.
Yeah. So basically, forget Ted even mentioned that.
Yeah. So yeah, but we'll forget, and we'll probably tell you.
Cynical Steve says, "Night, people, entertaining as ever, and I learned things." Well, sorry about that. We apologise for anything you may have learned.
Anything that might be sticking in your mind or having nightmares about tonight, we do apologise. Yeah. Right. So, well, once again, thanks very much for joining us on this Monday night, and we'll see you all next week. And so it's good night from all of us. Good night. Bye.
Good night.
Just got to remember now.
Unfortunately, we say goodbye.